Hello, I'm Davi, a singer-songwriter and music producer based in South Korea.
비도 오고 그래서 네 생각이 났어.
I'll be introducing Korean music books for those of you who like K-pop and or want to learn and make K-pop music. All of these books have one thing in common. They are all famous self-learning textbooks. If you pay close attention to today's video, wherever in the world you are, you too can experience Korean musical education with the help of just one book. The first book I would like to share is The Secrets of a K-pop Hit Songwriter. The writer of this book is producer Do-hoon Kim. It might be the first time you heard his name, Do-hoon Kim. But if you're a K-pop lover, you definitely have heard his music before. A lot at that. Do-hoon Kim wrote most of Mamamoo songs, including Gogo Bebe and Dekalkomani, along with Blood, Sweat and Tears by BTS, Every End of the Day by IU, and is known hitmaker who has worked with many popular artists such as Hyori Lee, Jungkook Kim, CN Blue, Tommy, Jeongbaek, Davichi, and more. The Secrets of a K-pop hit songwriter is the only book that contains all of the tips and tricks he has gained over 25 years of working in the K-pop business. After being published, it was listed as a bestseller in many major bookstores. Next year, it will be selected as Book of the Year and the bestseller in Korea's biggest bookstore, Kyobo Books. Not only is it popular in Korea, but it is also being exported to China. Many successful artists in Korea such as Shihyuk Bang, JYP, Seunghoon Shin, and Mamamoo have all recommended this book. If you're curious about his secret to writing top K-pop songs, check out The Secrets of a K-pop Hit Songwriter. The next book I recommend is 4 Ways to K-pop Songwriting for Beginners. As the title shows, it's a great introductory book for those who are just beginning their path in songwriting. The author of the book, Park Turtle, is a singer-songwriter and music YouTuber with a channel of 140K subscribers. Park Turtle's Music Notebook. 4 Ways to K-pop Songwriting for Beginners introduces 4 different ways anyone can easily begin songwriting. One thing to notice is that after being published, this book has yet to be removed from the bestseller list for music. If the book I shared earlier, The Secrets of a K-pop Hit Songwriter, is a book that shares the tips and tricks of a hit-making K-pop producer, 4 Ways to K-pop Songwriter for Beginners is an introductory book for just starting out songwriters. I'll recommend 2 books for this question as well. Piano Chord Voicing Master Book and Jazz Piano Guide Book for Beginners. First, Zoe, the author of Piano Chord Voicing Master Book, is a Berklee College of Music and NYU Graduate School graduate. After her studies, she worked with many artists in Korea and the US on various albums and live concerts as a pianist. This book organizes Zoe's personal know-how on piano voicing, starting from the fundamental shell voicing to the expert theory of rootless voicing. If you haven't found a voicing book that fulfills your needs, I can assure you this book will be the answer to your problems. I myself am quite interested in the next textbook, the Jazz Piano Guide Book for Beginners. Unlike classic piano, Jazz piano stands out for its improvisation, making it seem difficult to learn on your own. This book is special because it improves the reader's ability to not just follow along a musical piece, but to actually be able to improvise. It guides you to learn the true magic of the jazz piano, along with easily explaining the techniques of walking, scales, comping, stride, and more. There are a great number of reviews from the Korean readers explaining how this book will draw you into the world of jazz. From what I have introduced today, there's no correct answer when it comes to songwriting or performing an instrument. But there's one thing I commonly recommend to those who want to improve in their music: the study of harmonics. The music theory of harmonics is the only field in music where there is an exact answer. There is a famous book in Korea for those who want to learn harmonics on their own. It's called 5 Minutes Music Theory for Beginners. This is the first book of series with the Korean nickname Ilsan Oppa. The Ilsan Oppa series has sold more than 100,000 copies, making it pretty much so-called Bible for self-learning music. The book 5 Minutes Music Theory for Beginners has kept its spot on the famous Korean bookstore Aladdin's bestseller list for 250 weeks after being published, and is the only book on harmonics that has set the rare record of having 22 issues. At this point, I believe it when they say everyone studying practical music in Korea either knows about this book or has their own copy. You can't talk about the 5 Minutes Music Theory for Beginners book without mentioning the complimentary online lectures you can watch along with the book. It's one of the reasons this book is so loved. It's normal to have questions when learning harmonics for the first time, which is why there are YouTube lectures provided. Then what about the English version of the book? Of course, there are lectures included, all in English, all for free. If the Ilsan Oppa series is like a harmonics Bible, then the basics of practical music theory is the rising star for harmonics self-learning. The author of this book, Cheon Lee, taught harmonics at a famous Korean arts college for quite a long time. The basics of her well-organized curriculum include pitch, tonality, tension, mode, and more. The author uses her own personal know-hows to explain difficult harmonics in an easily understandable way. How would I put it? It's like the standard for harmonics. Maybe that is why there are so many incredible reviews for the readers. If you want to learn the basics of harmonics in one book, make sure you remember the basics of practical music theory. Yes, that is correct. It will be a music essay full of my personal experiences and stories. It will be published soon. In the book, I will be sharing how I began to do music, the opportunities and choices made in the process, the way I view music today, along with all the experiences and thoughts I have because of music. I also include my very personal confession on how God has guided me through every moment and processes of my life with great love. For those of you who not only want to play better or write music better, but want to love music even more, I hope you take an interest in my book. I had such a great time sharing Korean music textbook with people all around the world today. If you want to study music with just one book, don't forget Ilsaopan Music. Thank you everyone and goodbye.